Song of Solomon Chapter 3, The Longing, Union, and Celebration of Love. Chapter 3 of the Song of Solomon offers a deeply emotional and symbolic portrayal of love, longing, and the sanctity of union. It opens with a vivid depiction of the Shulamite woman's dream or inner vision, in which she searches desperately for her beloved. This nocturnal journey through the city reveals the intensity of her yearning and the pain of separation. Despite being alone in the darkness of night, often symbolic of confusion or emotional turmoil, she refuses to remain still. Her pursuit of love drives her out of bed, into the streets, and through the city, illustrating the restless nature of true longing. The city's watchmen encounter her along the way, standing as neutral or even ambiguous figures. They neither aid nor hinder her, but they mark a point in the journey, perhaps suggesting the presence of societal structures that observe but do not necessarily understand or fulfill personal longing. When the Shulamite finally finds her beloved, the tone shifts from anxious searching to emotional fulfillment. She clings to him with a desperate resolve, refusing to let him go until she has brought him to her mother's house, the place of her origin. This act is rich in meaning. It could be seen as a symbolic return to the source, a desire to root their love in the deepest kind of intimacy and familiarity. It also expresses a longing for permanence and legitimacy, as though love is not complete until it is brought into the safety and recognition of one's familial and foundational spaces. However, this romantic intensity is immediately followed by a sobering reminder in verse 5. The Shulamite turns to the daughters of Jerusalem and repeats a warning that has already appeared earlier in the book: do not stir up nor awaken love until it pleases. This refrain serves as a moral or emotional anchor. No matter how powerful the longing or how joyful the union, love must come in its proper time. The comparison to gentle creatures like gazelles and does emphasizes that love, though fierce in its desire, is delicate and must be handled with reverence and patience. The latter half of the chapter transitions to a dramatically different scene, a royal procession that appears to depict King Solomon himself. The imagery here is majestic and ceremonial. The beloved is no longer just a figure of personal affection, but is seen in the full splendor of his regal identity. He emerges from the wilderness surrounded by pillars of smoke, perfumed with exotic spices, and accompanied by a retinue of armed and valiant men. This scene represents not just the grandeur of Solomon as a king but also the dignity and honor of the love he brings. The palanquin he rides is a masterpiece of craftsmanship, silver, gold, purple, and even paved with love. It is as if love itself is a royal event, a sacred procession worthy of celebration and public witness. Finally, the chapter concludes with a call to the daughters of Zion to witness Solomon's crowning on the day of his wedding. This is a significant moment, not only because of the obvious joy of the wedding day but because it affirms the deep joy and gladness that love brings. The crown, placed on him by his mother, symbolizes approval, honor, and the sacred nature of the marital bond. Throughout the chapter, the themes of longing, fulfillment, protection, and sacredness are interwoven to present a multifaceted view of love. It is portrayed not only as an emotional experience but as a journey, at times painful, at times ecstatic, but always profound. Love in Song of Solomon is not casual or fleeting, it is weighty with significance, calling for patience, reverence, and commitment. Chapter 3 captures this balance beautifully, blending the deeply personal with the majestically symbolic to honor both the private longing of the heart and the public celebration of covenantal love.